Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I'm Dean, and apologies, it's been quite a while. Finally getting some headway, getting caught up on the remodel work I've been doing here at the house and repairs. So finally getting a little bit of shop time back. Before we get into it, I got a couple overdue sticker shout outs to talk about. And the first one here is John's Workshop. He sent us a load of stickers, and I got quite a few extra here, so if anybody wants one of his stickers, one of my stickers, just shoot me an email and we'll get these forwarded on. He's got a really nice channel, fairly new channel, and he's transformed a pretty much rundown storage building, maybe garage, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but he's made a tremendous transformation and setting it up as a really nice shop. Just an incredible amount of work he's been doing. He's over in southwestern Scotland. He's actually not far from the town of Ayr, where we get our channel name from. So definitely check him out. He's got a good channel and an entertaining guy. All right, and then the other one here is from Mark Persling, and he's over in Queensland, Australia. He's doing some amazing work. You definitely want to check him out. He's currently restoring a Bridgeport mill and just doing a beautiful job on it. So definitely check out Mark. Okay, so what we're working on this week, I picked up about a year ago on Craigslist a new old stock Bison 3-jaw chuck, and it's been in the box for a long time. Got a good deal on it, brought it home, and basically I keep moving it from spot to spot. It's been sitting here in the shop for over a year, and I finally have gotten to it and gotten around to opening it up, looking at it, and definitely needs a cleanup, so we're gonna give it a good cleanup and evaluation and so forth. So this will be part one of 2 parts. So without further babbling, let's get into it. Thanks, guys. I've had this new old stock Bison chuck. It was a Craigslist find about a year ago, and I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with it. It's basically brand new. I haven't even had it out of the box the entire way. I just keep moving it around from place to place here. So let's take a look at what we got. Okay, set that aside. And it's got the inspection sheet here. It does have the matching serial number, and it's got some generic instructions. I already looked through here, and what's interesting, there's nothing in here that says Bison anywhere, so it could be that these get sold under different brand names. Okay, so let's take a look here. This is as far as I've ever gotten, so let's get it all the way out of here. And a little bit of surface rust there where the name logo is here. It says made in Poland. It's a 6 1/4, and it's got the 2 1/4 by 8 threaded back plate. We got the serial number, and it's not an adjust-a-true, and then we've got the threaded back plate. I'm gonna do a disassembly and a wash down, mainly because this thing's just been sitting so long. I'm sure all the oil, grease, whatever is just completely dried out. So let me get set up to break this down. I'll bring you guys right back. I did a little bit of off-camera investigating. One of the first things I did, well, I liberated the safety spring off the chuck key. Okay, and I checked the size. It appears to be 11 millimeters, so the chuck key is 10 point. Let's just call it 10.75 millimeters, and the pinion, they're roughly 11 millimeters. We're going to call it 11 millimeters. Okay. So the chuck key is a little loose, not real bad, but I would like it just a little better fitting than that. Okay. The other thing I don't like is I prefer a longer chuck key, and the handle length here is longer than necessary. This is probably more in line with what's more comfortable and the amount of torque that you need to put on. And of course, this is different size than my other chucks, which are all different size. So now I've got 3 or 4 different sizes. So I guess that's just the way things go. Okay, so the cap jaws. Let's see if we can turn it to where you guys can see it here. The cap jaws and the master jaws have matching serial numbers, and it's the same serial number for everything all the way around, including the chuck body. So everything's serialized, which I'm happy to see that. I haven't been able to find any individual numbers though on the jaws, so I want to take these off one at a time and see if there's anything underneath as far as numbers go. I've already cracked these loose off camera.
So let's see what we got here.
Okay, so this one is a 2. Okay, but the master jaw is not numbered. There's a little mark there, but I think that's just a machining scratch. Okay. All right. I'm going to check these one at a time so I don't get them mixed up. Put that back on.
And let me check all 3 of these, and I'll bring you guys back and let you know if I find any numbering.
I know the the main master jaws, they could only go in one way because of the way you have to feed the scroll. But once you got it assembled, you don't know what's what. So I would like to have numbers on the outside here. So anyways, let me check the others, and I'll let you know what we find here. All right, well, I guess I should have checked this first, but I was just trying to make an adjustment here, and you can see the grease is just completely hardened. Get a little bit of movement, and it's stiff, so definitely got to get this apart and get this stuff cleaned out. Okay. All right, we're going to just engrave the master jaw. I experimented with the number punches, and they're just too hard. So we'll just use the engraver. Okay, this one is number 1. Okay. Alright, I got the mounting bolts out. Man, were they tight. I had to use a pretty good cheater bar, and I had to put the jaws back in so I could get a board in there to keep it from turning. But yeah, we got them. So we got 3 jacking screw points here, and just a tip on when you're going to use jacking screws, at least on anything that you care about. Check your bolts. Usually they have a cup on the end from when they roll the thread, so just a quick trip over to the belt grinder and just flatten the tips off a little bit. That way they won't dig into the surface. And a little bit of oil. There we go. I think we got it. Okay. All right, that looks good. And we got to pull those 3. Okay, let's just have a look here. We may have to give it a little persuasion. Okay. Okay, guys. So I pulled out our the pinion retaining pins and got the pinion gears out. Look at the gunk on there. So now that these are out, I can get our aluminum shaft in here and just pry up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, grease is pretty dried up. Okay. Now, question is, will the scroll come out? With the jaws in? We're gonna find out. Get these out of here. Wow, that grease is just completely hardened up around the inside here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but down in here it's just completely dried out. Alright, so what I might have to do is just soak this. It's getting late anyways for today. Might just put some mineral spirits, maybe a little bit of penetrant in there, just let it soak overnight, and then put it back together and see if I can crank the jaws out tomorrow. Okay, that's the plan. Okay guys, I spent a few more minutes working on this and got it apart. Just kept hitting it with a little bit of solvent, a little bit of penetrant, worked it back and forth, got the master jaws to come out. Everything looks fine. It's just the grease in many places it just completely hardened up, mainly around this inner ring and around the outside here, and and this inner register here. It was just I actually had to get in there with a razor blade and scrape it off, and then scrub it with a nylon brush with some solvent, and finally got it to where I could tap this off very gently with an aluminum punch. So got some cleanup to do. I'll spare you guys that. And when we get it all cleaned up, we'll come back and have a look and put it back together.